You know, you know what really upsets me, honestly? It's so ironic because I just came from recording a video, by the way. Just came from recording a video. And, I realized, like I had some shots, like some parts in the video where I have to like edit out and stuff, right? I have to fix some stuff to make the video proper. And when I'm trying to go up and edit now, because again, this is like my first time doing this stuff. I'm not gonna lie, like I'm new to this, right? And I'm looking on all these things. You're like, oh, all these editing softwares. You gotta pay for this subscription, pay for this service. Like, I mean, I knew the world was getting like this, but what on earth, man? Like, you got to be kidding me. Like, that's ridiculous because it's like, when did like this just happen? Like, again, like, it's weird for me to say that because I've always known that it's been a thing. But who allowed that? Like, seriously, it would not be me if I heard that like one day all these corporations and companies just decided, hey, we're going to turn everything into a subscription or a service. I would have rioted, being like, hell no. Because I remember when I was younger, right, and I ain't that old. So it could not have been that long, right? I may look old. I may have gray hair and stuff, all that gray. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that? I don't think you guys can. I got all of that gray hair. Right. So it's like, I remember when I was younger. Let me push this back a bit so you guys can see me. I am currently taking out my food. I remember, right, that things used to be like free, straight up, just free. Like, you didn't even have to pay for it. Like, it was just, people would release programs, they would release apps just to help you. There's something that somebody wanted to get done, they'll release something free of charge just to help you. Or if they were selling it, you buy it once, right? You buy it once and you have it for life. You don't have to worry about every month you have to pay a certain amount. Never had to worry about that. So why is it now that we have reached a point where literally almost every service, everything, be that physical or online, is some form of continuous monetary deduction? Like, seriously. Not to mention, it's so ironic, the things that people would make you pay subscriptions for, which don't even make sense. Again, the editing software is a great example. Who made the video? You make the video. I'm making this video right now. I'm putting in the work to make the video. And this goes out for me. This goes out to everybody who makes videos, right? On whatever platform they're using. You're the person putting in the work, right? Not them. But yet, when you want to neaten up your video and make it look nice and proper, you gotta pay us a certain amount every month. Huh? You helping me set up the lighting? You helping me do my videography? Are you helping me make the video? No. Matter of fact, when you're the only person using the editing software, unless you have like an editor, which is like a different story, right? But it's like, you're the person who now has to use that same editing software, not the people who are selling this to you, to try and fix up your video. So you're doing all the work. Literally, you're doing all the work, and yet you still have to pay monthly. To me, it's like ridiculous, right? It's something where it's like, that is something where you should just be paying once and be done with. And just be done with. Seriously. The fact that they have these things where They have you paying ludicrous amounts of money, because it really is ludicrous, once you really calculate how much they're taking every month. It's a lot. It's not cheap, right? Like, come on. We gotta really stop this and get back to caring. I think like that's the main issue with a lot of what's going on right now, is that we have, unfortunately, placed our focus more on material things. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm gonna just put my food in the microwave. Although I'd rather not do that. Using microwaves not really that healthy. Anyways, yeah, we have lost the plot, really. We really have, where we're focused more on material things rather than what really matters, which is each other. And that's why things are so bad right now. Right? And that's what needs to change. We need to get back to focusing on looking out for our fellow man. And it's only then when we do that is when things will actually change for the better. Which is why I want to segue into talking about why I honestly think money is such a bygone product. I can't really call it, I mean, it is a product, really. It's a bygone system. It's a flawed system. Like, money itself is not built to last. It's not very. There's a word I want to use, but it's losing me. How do I put this? It's not time proof, right? It's not time proof at all. It's like built to crash. Like, eventually, as it always does. That's why there's always like a crash in the market every couple of years or so. Because it's literally designed, it's so poorly designed, right? It really is. We alive? We alive. Sorry, I'm trying to stick this into the selfie stick. That's what they call those things. Man, only now I remember. Huh. Yeah, selfie stick, cool. Man, I'm tired, man. I can't even put it in there. Yeah, man. Like, it really is just a waste of time. There, I'm gonna just put it there. How about that? It is a waste of time. And the thing is, they have people focusing on the material things, like money and what they can physically get, which is why we have so much problems nowadays. Because think about it, right? At the end of the day, we all just want to be happy, right? Don't we? At the end of the day, all we want is to have a roof over our heads, to have food to eat, to have clothes on our backs, and to do what we really enjoy, what we're really passionate about. That's all we want. That's all we want. And then in this world, we've been conditioned to think that you can't do that. For you to have food to eat, for you to have clothes to wear, for you to have a roof over your heads, for you to do what you really want to do in life, you don't just deserve that. You don't deserve that as a human being. You have to work for it. You have to slave for it. You have to sacrifice years of your life. Years of your life. Wasting it, honestly. It's a waste. Wasting your life. Only then to deserve what should naturally be yours. A lot of people say this, like, oh, I didn't ask to be brought here. Well, you kind of did, actually. But we'll talk about that another time, right? But it's like, as a human being, right? That those what I just stated there, those are just should be a given, a natural right. And the thing is, I don't know how we lost that. Like, how is it that we even ended up here? I don't know. I personally, I have no clue. I couldn't tell you. I don't know. Um, no, I do know. But I'm just surprised how it happened like that. Because when you look at even the animals, mind you, the animals who are less intelligent than us, they're not as smart as us. They only run on instinct. Um, they know enough to take care of each other, to take care of their kin. That's what they do. Unless it's like some sort of like territorial thing going on, again, that's only instinct. But their base instinct is still to take care of their own, no matter what. Making sure their own has enough to eat, that they have a place to rest their heads, making sure that they're well taken care of. Literally, animals do that. Unintelligent animals. So how is it that we as humans now have devolved? I don't know what else to call it. I mean, it really is devolving, regressing, where we're no longer focusing on not just taking care of ourselves, taking care of our fellow man. All we care about is what we can get. I see this bottle there. 9. I want this because I have to hoard as much as possible. Why? Why is there? Why has this sort of culture been created where you feel like you have to hoard things? Why? Where is that desire coming from? Is it really coming from you? 99% of y'all, a high chance I say it's not. It's not coming from you. It's coming from what has been perpetuated or sold to you by society, by the people who are running things behind the scenes who just want you to run around like headless rats. That's what's really going on. It's not you. It's not you at all. If it were up to you, you would have what you would want when you would need it. And you would want to just do what you want to do in your life. I mean, don't we all? Don't we all just want to do what we want to do in life? That we don't really have to want to focus on, I have bills to pay, and I have to do my taxes, and I have to budget, and oh gosh, I have enough money for food, I have enough money to pay rent. Nobody gives a flying fuck about that. Excuse my French. Actually, no. Let me rephrase that. Excuse my foul language. Let me not disrespect the French language. I think it's a beautiful language, and I am trying to learn French. So I apologize for that. But seriously, though, it's like no one cares. No one genuinely cares about that. So why are we forcing ourselves to care about something that we don't care about? Because then, you hear these people, which are not really our generation, the generation before us. They're like, oh, well, I went through these hard times and I made it out, so you could do it too. And, that's how life is. You got to work hard to get what you want. Do you? Do you? Like, think about this objectively speaking. Do you have to work hard to get what you want? The only reason why that is the case nowadays is, again, because it's like the society you're born into. But here's the thing. Here's the kicker, right? Here's the kicker. You, yes, you, I'm talking to you, who's watching this video right now, you have the power to change that. Literally. You have the power to change that. You can make it so that it's not hard for you to do what you want. Literally. If you simply decide, hey, XYZ is what I want to do, and I'm going to do XYZ, problem solved. Now you may think, whoa, that sounds a bit too easy. That sounds a bit too naive. Again, I'm going to ask, is it though? If every single person on this planet today decided, hey, I'm tired of just living a miserable life and doing what I don't want to do and being subjected to a system that is not meant to benefit me, because the systems that we're in right now, it does not benefit us. It just drains us. It uses us. Literally. All of what I just mentioned before. It doesn't bring you any joy. The fact that you always have to depend on a paycheck every couple months, sorry, what I'm saying months, every couple weeks to survive. The fact that you have to depend on so many different things outside of yourself just to survive. You know, you're forced to be codependent rather than independent, which again is another thing which I really want some of you guys, not some of you, all of you, to think about. Why are you being forced to be codependent? Or why can't you just be independent? Why can't you have the power? Why does the power have to be given to somebody else or somebody who is supposedly above you? Not sure what makes them more above you, because we can all, as far I'm sure a lot of us can tell at this point, ain't nobody out here that's really that much smarter than the other person. It really is not. You'd be surprised. Well, we are surprised by the kind of things, the kind of people we see that end up in positions of power, and you kind of wonder to yourself, you're like, how would you get there? How do you get there? Like, you don't seem, you know what I mean? Like, trust me, we are pretty much the same, right? So it's something where if we all decided to just stop continuing the cycle, because that's the problem. That is the problem. I had an experience once. I will never forget this experience, and I'm so happy to be able to share it with everybody. I was working for a corporation. Right, I won't say specifically which corporation, but I was working for a corporation. Right, it was a bank, an American bank actually, to be as specific as I want to be, specific as I want to be. Right, I was working for an American bank, and it's only when I started working for these corporations when I really saw the kind of filth, the kind of nonsense that really goes on behind the scenes. And the thing is, you as a person, you don't really expect that. You look at these big corporations, these banks, these companies, these institutions, the government. You look at them, and the initial thought is, hey, this is a large, reputable institution. Surely they will treat me fairly and right and what is just, because you know it's like it's not just like one person running the show. It's like a whole group of people. They're like, okay, surely everything will be hunky-dory, everything is going to be a-okay, I'll be taken care of. And the thing is, not only do you initially think that, it is what's promoted by these same said companies. They're the ones that are like, you know, yes, we have your best interests at heart, and we will do whatever it takes to make sure that you are well taken care of. It's a load of horseshit. It's a load of horseshit, because then when you actually work for these companies, right? And I've worked for, I'm just gonna give one example. I've worked for other corporations before, so I'm just gonna give this one example. But when you work for these corporations, that's when you see it's just a load of bullshit. Literally, it's just for public appearance. They don't actually care about you as a person. They don't. They care about making more money. That is all they care about. And that is why we have such a huge issue in this world today, because that's all what people care about. Just making money. Don't care about actual people. Right? So I had an experience where it was a situation where the bank pretty much screwed over this individual. Right? Oof. I had a lot of situations where I had to deal with people like that. A lot more than I would have liked, right? Where I had to deal with, I guess you would say, clients that were screwed over by the bank. And there was not much I could really do at all, which, you know, hurts my conscience. But at the same time, no, I'm getting bashed for something that isn't even my fault. It's like, well, I'm sorry, I can only tell you the process that you need to take, but I can't really help you as much as I would love to help you, right? But that's what really opened my eyes as well to distance myself from these sort of corporations, because it really is just a huge lie, right? So one particular call I had to deal with, where this situation had happened, the guy is cussing at me, yelling at me, da 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 da, and I'm just telling him the same thing I just said. I'm like, listen, I apologize for the inconvenience. I really wish I could help, right? I just work here, man. I'm just, an agent here. I can only tell you the process that you need to take to do, to try and at least alleviate. It's not even I couldn't even tell him that the problem is going to be solved because of the problem that he had. I couldn't even tell him. I couldn't even guarantee him in good conscience that his problem would be solved. Most likely would not be solved. But I'm like, hey, I can only tell you what I can tell you, right? And he said something which at first, it genuinely, it upset me at the time. But I really thought about it. He said, I know you're just an agent who works here. But at the end of the day, you work for these people. You still work for these people. And at first, that upset me. That got me upset. I'm like, what is he trying to say? I mean, obviously, I didn't be disrespectful to him. But in my mind, I was thinking, what are you trying to say? I'm just trying to put bread on my table. I'm trying to just make money to take care of myself. It's not that I'm doing this to hurt you or I want to hurt anybody. But then when I went home and I really thought about it, I could not deny about with what he was saying. He was correct. He wasn't wrong at all. By working there, I'm allowing this company, this bank, to continue to take advantage of people, to continue to what's the other word I want to use? Pretty much shaft people, just screw them over, right? I'm allowing them to continue doing so by working for them, right? And that's when it really hit me. I'm like, well, he's right. They're only doing this, or they can do this, because I'm being a cog in their system. The system can only run if I willingly decide to be a part of it. And I personally don't want to be a part of a system that I know is actively hurting people, actively taking advantage of people, doing things that makes people's lives worse. I can't tell you how many times I have experiences I've had where it's like I'm hearing people, and I'm hearing what's really going on in this situation, and their life is like in shambles. And then these corporations come and they don't care. They don't care that you're struggling as is. They're gonna drain the little bit of drop that you have, the little tiny drop that you have left. They want that too. Meanwhile, they have their big bucket, They have their huge bucket filled to the brim. It's overflowing, actually. It's not just filled to the brim. It's overflowing. That's not enough. That's not enough. They want the little tiny droplet that you have. They want that too. I don't want to be a part of that. I don't. So I left shortly afterward. I left. That was what I needed to really push me. And the thing is, I was scared too. It's not like I'm not gonna lie to you guys and make it seem as if this is some sort of easy thing to do, or it is something where I don't want to paint it as if it is all sunshine and rainbows. Like, oh, just leave. I did not have any backup plan at all. Did not have any backup plan. It's not like I had some backup job lined up afterward or interviews. I just left. And I could only run on the little bit I had saved up. That's it. So don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to speak from a place of, I don't know, is virtue signaling the right term? it's I don't know if I'm trying to figure out what's the right term. It's the term where I am saying an idea, but I'm not really fully backing it. Is there? I can someone help me with that? What is a term where you're like expressing something but you're not fully behind it? Is it like a half truth? I guess it is something like that. Yeah, but I just wanted to say, like, it's not something where I'm expressing a half truth. I am fully behind what I am saying, fully behind, 100% behind what I am saying and what I am doing. Um, and I had to have faith. I had to have faith that, hey, no matter what happens, I will be taken care of, right? And I left that work a good couple months ago, and look at me. I'm still alive. I'm still taken care of. I still have food to eat. I have clothes to wear. I have a phone which I can make videos on, thankfully, to share, you know, the experiences that I have, any advice I may have, to connect with my loved ones. I have a place to sleep, right? And I have to say, it's all to the grace of God. The grace of the divine creator, whatever you want to call it, creator, source, Christ consciousness, um, Heavenly Father, Divine Mother, all thanks to the divine, because this really was something where it was a leap of faith. I had to just, I knew it was something that I just could not stay a cog in a system like this. I just couldn't. It was bothering my conscience. It was not sitting right with my spirit. Too low vibrational, way too low vibrational, right? And I've reached to the point where there are not really many jobs I would work at all. Now, if I'm being quite honest, not many jobs at all. Because most of them are very, very low vibrational. They just all, because once the corporation's only concern is making money, it's a no-go. It's a no-go. It's not going to help anybody. It is not going to help you. It is not going to help society at all. And what I want to not only help myself, I want to help others and really help them, not just pretend I'm helping them, and behind the scenes I'm like stabbing people in the back, which is what these corporations do. Again, it's a big facade. That's all it really is. I don't want to do that. I want to make actual real change. I want to actually really help people, right? So that's why now when I'm looking for jobs, I only am looking for things that I know that I can do within my good conscience, one, right? And two, it's something where I know it benefits others, right? The money, again, like the money has always just been a secondary, tertiary thing. It's not even something that money and material things should never, ever be your priority, ever. Seriously. And I know that might upset a lot of people hearing that, because a lot of people base their entire lives, their personalities on money. But that's just the honest truth, Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just giving you the message. That's just what it is. That is simply the truth, right? That's like nothing I do or nothing you do will ever change that. The truth is simply the truth. Focusing on these things is just going to ruin not just you, but everything around you, And it's something I've seen play out in my own life, from my own family. It's something I know I will talk about, but not now, in another video. But I have seen it personally in my own life, where the pursuit of material things and pursuit of wealth quite literally not only ruined their life, this person's life in particular, but ruined their family's life, ruined my family's life, ruined everybody's life around them. It's a scary thing, what that can do to a person, because then it transforms itself into greed, to selfishness, into heartlessness, which is what we see so rampant nowadays. where again, like, people, it's a dog eat dog world, as they would say, right? You gotta look out for yourself. You can't trust nobody. It's only you. You just gotta look out for yourself. You know? Can't depend on nobody. You gotta do everything for yourself. If you see an opportunity, if you gotta step on someone to get up, do it. That's the kind of mindset that is encouraged nowadays, right? Because of the sort of society that we live in. That is the sort of mindset that is encouraged as like, oh, that is the only way for you to survive. But then again, that's why I ask, why do we even have this sort of society in place then? I mean, we make up this society. People just, I'm glad now that more and more people are beginning to recognize their own power. But seriously, from me to you, wake up. Wake up. If you aren't awake already, now is the time to wake up, seriously. Like, things are getting real. Because you make up your community, you make up your country, you make up your society. You have the power to change things for the better if you want. But the only way real change will happen is if we all collectively change for the better. Obviously, trust me, don't get me wrong, just you yourself making a change does make a difference. It does. But if you want to see difference that blows your mind, that brings you to your knees, that pushes you to heights that you never thought possible, it takes all of us as a collective. All of us. Because think about it, right? All of what I've just talked about. Imagine if everyone decided, hey, we're gonna focus on just being kind, taking care of each other, looking out for each other. We're gonna focus on making sure everybody has food to eat, which we are more than capable of doing, which with menial labor, mind you, menial labor. Not many of us even have to work to make sure all of us have to get fed. We have the technology, we have the equipment, we have the expertise. We are intelligent beings. I don't know why we discredit ourselves so much. We are so intelligent. If we all decided, hey, making sure everybody has food to eat, everybody has a place to rest their heads, everybody has clothes, and everybody has the opportunity to just do what they want in life. Guarantee you. I'm putting my life, literally, I will put my life on the line, my very soul. I guarantee you, without a doubt, life would be, I wanted to say a million times better, but that doesn't even do it justice. It would be paradise, literally paradise. The same paradise they talk about in the Bible, the same paradise they talk about in other religions, nirvana. The same thing, like the end goal that a lot of people look for. That's the end goal. You're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. It just takes all of us. All right. So, what's stopping you? To be honest, the only thing that would realistically be stopping you, and I'm really being serious here now. Realistically, the only thing that would be stopping you is fear. That's it. Fear. Because fear could have stopped me from breaking out of the system. I could have said, I don't know where I'm gonna get funds to get my next meal. I don't know what's gonna happen to me or my family. I mean, thankfully it's just me. I just have to take care of myself, right? But for those of you who have even more responsibilities, well, now you have an even bigger decision to make. Are you going to have that faith? Are you going to really trust not only in yourself, but in the divine, and that there is things going on behind the scenes that you may not be fully aware of, right? But there are things going on behind the scenes that you will be taken care of. no matter what. It's up to you. Again, I can only give my example, my experience, where, I really took that leap of faith and I came out just fine. Literally, just fine. Things are looking up for me. I have so many things I'm planning to put in place, things that are happening for me, opportunities that are popping up. I have never been happier. Never been happier. This is, as of right now, one of the happiest moments of my life. Happiest moments. I'm eating healthier than I ever have. I am happier than I've ever been. My conscience is free. I don't have to go to work feeling burnt out. Not because, because I'm just like so drained, because I don't even enjoy what I'm doing, because I know I'm working at a place that is actively taking advantage of people. I don't have to worry about that. I don't have to worry about, 24/7 my conscience hurting me. Because the thing is, people don't realize this stuff affects you physically, mentally. It gets you sick, quite literally. Literally, it makes you sick, You actually get sick from not listening to your soul. You do. I tell you. And it's not easy for a lot of us to realize. Some of us, we just think, oh, maybe we're just not built properly. Maybe we just have some sort of genetic whatever. We just have some sort of, what's this, a word I want to use? We're just susceptible to certain things. No, you can actually control a lot of that. You can control a lot of what illnesses you have. Because I'll be honest, I don't get sick. I don't get sick. I actually cannot remember, especially since I've made these changes over these past couple of years. Can't remember when last I've gotten sick. I don't get sick. I literally don't. My immune system is like I thought about making a joke, whatever I should make it. My immune system really is like the entire US defense system with the amount of money they spend on it. That's pretty much what it is. It really is. It really is something. I don't get sick. And that's because I don't just take care of myself physically, right? I take care of myself mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Remember, a lot of the pain that we experience today is because all these people, these governments, all these corporations, they want you to focus just on the physical. They want you to think that that's all that matters. Oh, you're sick? Oh, it's something physical. It must be the food you're eating. Oh, you gotta take these pills. Oh, you're not doing enough exercise. They want to sell you all these things. They're selling you, oh, it's because of fitness, it's because of food, it's because of your body, you had some defect or whatever growing up or something genetic. They sell you all these things. When in reality, life has never just been physical, ever, for anybody, since the dawn of time. It's never just been about the physical. It's always been about the full spectrum. Emotional, mental, spiritual, all of these different things, they all combine into us. Are you just a body? Are you just a physical body? Don't you not have emotions? Don't you have feelings? Don't you have a spiritual life? And I think some of you might be thinking, like, well, what do you mean by that, right? Energetically speaking, right? we're all made of energy. And there's something where, the science nowadays, I'm trying not to go too much on a tangent here. I want to stick to what I am talking about, because again, as I make videos, I will talk about these other things. I want to try and keep this as concise as possible. But a lot of the science nowadays is really just primitive. Like spirituality is advanced science. Let's be real here. Science is just basically stating, hi, I am a toddler and I know that 1 + 1 = 2. It's like, that's cool. It's great that you know that. But that really is just the basics, right? That is the science of this day and age. It really is just basic stuff. But let me reel it back in to what I'm talking about. I don't want to go too off course. That is something I'll discuss later, but not right now. I want to make sure we keep to this topic here. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. There's like stuff going on outside my place. Anyways, yeah, so at the end of the day, it's about recognizing all aspects of you and taking care of all aspects of you, right? To ensure your well-being, to ensure your happiness, your true deep happiness, and that's only when you'll reach to where you really want to reach, where you reach to a point where you're really happy, you're healthy, you're blessed. People can see that you're blessed. I mean, look at me, right? I'm sure you can tell from just me talking. If you're actually at this point in the video, thank you for being here. This video it's a lot longer than I thought. Thanks for being here. Seriously, I'm sure you can tell on my face. I'm at peace. I am at peace. I am pleased. And I still give room to myself to be human, to express myself. At the beginning of this video, I was upset. Quite upset. Because of, of what's going on what's going on in this world today, right? And now I'm more in a just conversationalist mood. I'm just having a conversation, you and me, and it's just such a good feeling. It's a good feeling to just be yourself. It really is. Like, you should try it more. Just be yourself. And that is a lot deeper than you think, by the way. When I say that, to be yourself, to be authentic, it goes a lot deeper than you think. It's not just about who you are as a person and your personality. Everything is about everything. As I said, all aspects, physically, mentally, emotionally, authentically you. Because you'll realize once you search deep enough that, hey, at the end of the day, I just want to be happy. I just want to be loved. And I just want to do what I want to do. Now, if you introspect, right, and you have a different answer, please let me know. Let me know in the comments. Let me know. I have to know. you gotta tell me, because you're gonna be shocking me. We should probably have like a really good conversation, right? We do a podcast, right? We should, because if you come to a different conclusion, pray tell. I would love to know. I would love to know, please, because at the end of the day, that's all what we want. That's all what we want. Love, peace, freedom. What more could you possibly want? And to be well taken care of. That's it. That's all. All right? So, again, to bring it back, the choice is yours, All of what's going on in this world today, it could change at a moment's notice. It just takes you deciding to change. And once you decide to change, right? Because now we're just talking about me and you. We're not talking about us as a collective. We're talking about you and me. Once you make that change, the responsibility is up on you now to encourage others to make that change, to encourage others to do what is right, so that that speeds up the process, so that eventually we all gonna get what we want. We all will get what we want, right? But you gotta put in the effort. You gotta put in the work. Put in the time. You know, you really care. You really care about yourself. You really care about your family. Go for it then. Show yourself. Prove it to yourself. Prove it to those around you. No matter what people say, no matter if there are people doubting you, if there are people saying, "Oh, you're doing something so stupid, so foolish." I had people tell me that. I had people tell me that all the time. When I took that leap of faith, left that job, "Oh, you know, maybe you should find another place before you leave. You know, it's not very wise. Da 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 da. What about like how you gonna take care of yourself? Do you have anybody to help you?" Da, da, da. I just left. And things ended up just working for me, literally. And I want you to understand, I am not some sort of like privileged person. I am not. Oh. You guys will eventually understand what I mean when I say that. I'm not a privileged individual. Grew up with nothing, and all of what I have right now has me been trudging through the mud to get to where I'm at. I wasn't born with anything great. Wasn't born with any wealth. Nothing. Right? And no support. It was just me. I literally, deadbeat parents. I practically had to raise myself. Taught myself everything I know. How to cook, how to clean, how to take care of myself, how to socialize. That took me a while actually, because I mean, can you imagine that? Trying to learn as a child how to actually socialize with other people because you have nobody to teach you. So everything, trust me, like I'm not saying this, as I said, in a way that is like a half truth where, you know, secretly I have like a lot of support and like, oh, you know, like, no, it's not like that. I really took a leap of faith. I really just jumped. I just jumped off the deep end. I was like, well, screw it. If I end up homeless, if I end up on the street, at least I'd be homeless and still have my integrity intact. If I ended up dying, if I just ended up dying on the side of the road, at least I would die with my integrity intact, with my dignity. And that's one lesson I want to impart to everybody. Never, ever sacrifice your integrity for anything, for anyone. Never. Never do that. Once you sacrifice your integrity, your dignity, you can't even call yourself a person anymore. You can't. Because that is piece of your soul. That is part of who you are. That is you quite literally doing the greatest disrespect to yourself. And that is not a way to live life. Not only that, it shows others how you view yourself, and they will treat you just like that. They're not gonna respect you. If you're the kind of person that will do whatever it takes to, you know, survive. See, that's what these people who run this facade, they want you to act like that. They want you to be in this sort of survival mode, because that's the only way they can control you. If you think that you're going to get screwed over because you actually just want to live your best life, if you think that you have to slave away, or else what? Huh? Again, as I said, if we all just decided to say, screw these guys, they can't do us anything, they'll have to shut down. Matter of fact, we could just do what we want. Literally. People want to talk about, oh, how is everything going to work if everybody just decided to do their own thing? How will systems work? How will things get delivered? It's so, to me, it's like, if somebody just took 1 minute to really think about it, it's so painfully obvious. Breaking down the systems that are set in place now does not break down people's passions. There are people out here that genuinely just love to fly planes. Did you know that? There are people out here, literally, their sole passion is just to fly planes. That's what they love. They love that. They love to, that's all they care about. Every day it's like, man, I get, they go to be a pilot. They're like, man, I love my job. I love my job. There are people out here that all they love to do, make music. That's all they care about. That's their passion. That's what they love doing. Every day they wake up, man, I can't wait to listen to some new tunes, get some ideas, make some music. There are people out here that, would you believe it or not, surprise, surprise, they love to just drive around and travel, make deliveries. Oh my goodness. They could spend an entire day doing deliveries and they are a happy camper. Because they're on the road. They're doing something that they enjoy. There are people, literally, there's a person for everything. There's a person on this planet that is meant to fulfill a certain role, and that's what they want to do. None of that is going to change. There are people out there who love cooking food. They're like they're people out there who are chefs. They love to chef. They're not chefing because they're forced to. It's something they genuinely enjoy, right? So breaking down these systems is not going to change anything. It's not. It really isn't. All it is going to change is your focus, your perspective, where you are focusing your energy. Instead of focusing your energy on, I gotta do this to make money, or you're focusing on money, now you're focusing on yourself and your fellow man. You're focusing on, okay, what can I do to better myself and to better life for others? Let's take the chef example, right? You love to cook. You're a chef, right? You could cook for multiple people, be a chef, have your own restaurant, right? And you don't have to worry about money, because look, at the end of the day, there's somebody out there who loves gardening, and they're gonna supply you with however much produce you want. There's somebody who loves raising cattle. They'll give you however meat you need. You need to worry about how am I gonna get taken care of? There's somebody for everything. There are people who love to do architecture. Seriously, that's their passion. They love to come up with innovative new ideas about how to construct things. That's how their mind works. They're very inventive, very creative. I know some very, very spectacular architects. I tell you, their mind just gets to work. And it's not about the money. It's about, that's what they love. If everybody operated like, I guarantee you, we all fine. We're all fine. All of us. And there will be more than enough for everybody. More than enough. As I said, it just takes you as a person to put in that effort, and in turn to encourage others, so that once we all start making that choice, hey, before you know it, you will be living your best life. Best life. Matter of fact, you could be living your best life by tomorrow. You just have to take the leap of faith. I mean, it's not going to be easy, and you're going to be wondering, oh my goodness, am I going to land on my 2 feet? But you have to take that leap of faith. You really do, you know. And you have to trust in yourself and in the divine that you will be okay. But anyways, whew, I'm getting a bit repetitive now, so you guys get the point. I'm sorry, I can get very well, I don't apologize for bringing the message, but I can be very flamboyant or expressive when it comes to this sort of stuff, because I really do see better for all of us. I really do. We have so much potential. You just need to see it within yourself. You know? And that's what I want. That's what I really want for all of us. I really want all of us to make it in life. I really do. I really, really, really do. And that's why I'm so glad that, you know, as I mentioned, probably around the early parts of the video, where I'm noticing that people are beginning to wake up. They're beginning to realize that, you know, they don't want to waste years of their life at some deadbeat job just to die. Because you're not really going to enjoy it much when you're old. I mean, you're really not, you know. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Like, I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to say, but I think I have said all that I needed to say. If you are still here at this part of the video, my goodness, my heart goes out to you. Thank you for listening for this long. If you resonate with what I said, if you have any thoughts, let me know in the comments. You know, if you appreciate the message, give me some love and support. Like, subscribe, you know, if you want more content like this. And yeah, I will keep you guys updated. So thanks for listening, and have a great rest of your day. Toodles.